Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eziel, Lancer on Feral Valley. We just decided to do another Tera 101 guide, part 8 here. It's going to be about glyphing, and then of course showing you kind of around Valikia where you could go and get your actual glyphs at, and kind of give you a little bit better understanding of that. So to start off, what I want to do is go to Valikia's map here. I'm outside the flight path where you actually fly in at. You'll see that there's a blue shield here with the exclamation mark, and then it looks like some sort of disc here that's kind of blue on the outside. The blue section is, this one right here is actually the magic instructor, and then this one right here is the tactics instructor. So what you're going to want to do is you want to basically go to those places. I'm just kind of just go walk through and kind of show you, see where everybody's at. There's a red guy there. He's lucky he's in town. Tear it up. So I'm at Lancer, so I'm actually a melee character. So I'm going to go over to where our glyphs are at and just come around this circle bin, Valikia Legion of Arms. And this is where all the glyph guys are at. So you've got the Legion of Arms guy right there. You've got your Warrior Glyph Master, your Trainer, and then you've got the Slayer Trainer, Slayer Glyph Master, and Archer Trainer, Archer Glyph Master, Berserker Trainer, and Berserker Glyph Master, and then of course my favorite, the Lancer Trainer, and then the Lancer Glyph Master. Well, I think everybody pretty much knows the trainers here. You go through and just kind of learn your skills whenever you level up and get those for you. And then over here is the actual Glyph Master. Now, the Glyph Master, you've got two separate options here. At level 20, this bottom option is really not going to matter at all. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do buy Lancer Glyphs, or buy whatever class glyphs you were going to get. What this does is this gives you all the different glyphs. For instance, mine is a glyph of pump here, one of my first ones for level 20. One of the things to notice here is you're going to see that it'll actually gray it out if you already have acquired the glyph. It will also gray it out if you are too low to actually utilize the glyph. Now, additionally, when you hover over this, it'll give you the level or above, and then it will tell you, you can't store in the bank, and then it'll let you know if you've already acquired it or not. It'll have the skill, which is stand fast, and that's the skill that's tied to this glyph. And then it'll give you how many glyph points it's worth, and then what the actual instructions are as far as what the glyph does. So as an example, I've got the skill stand fast, glyph points are 4, and then chances to increase power by 15% for 10 seconds on a successful block. Now, one of the main things to understand here is that when you get to level 20, that's when you can go and buy your glyph points. When you're level 20, you start off with 10 glyph points, and that's it. And then after you level up beyond that, then you get 1 glyph point per level. So one just quick hint for anybody out here. I'm about to hit 26, basically. I'm kind of, looks like I'm about 22-23% into 25. What I've already done is if you look over here in my inventory, is I've actually already purchased the glyph of Power Link, and I've purchased the glyph of Influence, and I've purchased the glyph of Threat. While I cannot use these, you can go ahead and purchase them. And in addition, you can actually go and purchase glyphs for your friends, guildmates, or party members if you're in town, and that way you save them a trip, and then they don't have to come in and purchase these glyphs, and then of course just get them to pay you back or whatever, however you want to handle that. So it's just a little cool trick right there. Alright, so basically, you go through and you kind of just check these out and kind of see, what you want to get. There's all kinds of different variations. There's, these lingerings, there's Glyph of Energy. Basically, most of the naming schemes are kind of consistent. So a Glyph of Energy would be something that would decrease your cooldown. A Glyph of Power would increase the power of that attack by a certain percentage. A Glyph of Brilliance is going to decrease your MP consumption. So you can kind of see all these different things here. So what you do is you would just go in and basically, I just want to get all these right here. And then you would just hit OK. And then that would then put them into your inventory. So once you've purchased your glyph points, what you would do is you would make sure that you're off your line. So actually, I'll tell you what, let me do this. I'm just going to purchase one of the cheap ones, just to kind of get it. So I'm going to get the Glyph of Threat. All right. Get off your line, your mount, whatever, and then you can see that this is actually colored, so you know that you can actually use it. So just right click, and then it says you've learned Threatening Combo Attack, or whatever skill that you've decided to learn. Now, after you've done this, the first question is exactly what do you do as far as to set those skills? I've actually already got my skills set already. One thing to keep in mind here too is look at these little dots here. These dots are pretty cool. They let you know that you've learned a glyph, if it's unglyphed, and then also the activity of the glyph. So as you can see, I've got the combo attack here, but it's red, but it's not glyphed. But Shield Bash actually has an active glyph on it. So you can quickly see which skills here have got different glyphs on them. And you can click on that, or you can actually do the Glyphs tab. And so any of these glyphs here that you don't have active are going to be grayed out or blued out, whatever you want to call it. And then the ones that are active are going to be right here. Okay, it's pretty cool, pretty easy to do. You can also do show unknown. The only thing about this is it just tells you that, hey, there's a glyph here, but you don't know what glyph it is, so there's not really much you could do about it. So it just kind of lets you know that there's something there, but there's nothing you can really do there for it. So, all right, and of course, the only thing too is it's only going to show what your latest skills are. It's not going to show you all your skills yet. And if you look down here, I'm going to click that back. Points used total. So I've used 14 out of my 15 total. And then, so what I'm going to do here is, let's just say hypothetically, I want to go and I want to reset my points. One thing to keep in mind when you're resetting your glyph points, this amount here is basically based on your level. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And so what that's done is that's actually reset my glyphs. So, you know, I've got these different ones here. So the ones I had before was I had the Shield Bash, which gives me increased duration by 50%, very important for Lancers. Had the Spring Attack increased by 25%, and then decreased cooldown by 20% for Lunge. All right, so I've selected these. Hit apply. All right, boom, now they're active. Now, so when you go back to him again, you go talk to him and you see that the amount is basically the same. So this amount is, from what I can tell, is based off of your level. If anybody, you know, thinks it's different or has anything else, just let me know. But that's what I've seen is as I level, it always, you know, basically increases the gold amount to reset those skill points. So that's pretty much it as far as with what I wanted to cover about glyphs. So with this part, I want to end here, but then I want to come back and I want to talk about some chain skills here next to kind of how you can change those up and show you where those are at. And of course, if you have any questions, you have any comments, or if there's anything that I could do to help you out, leave a post or a comment on the YouTube channel, or PM me or find the Lancer Guide on the Tera forums under classes, and I'll be more than happy to try to help you out. Hope you guys have a great day and a good weekend and happy hunting.